Oreo cake pops without cream cheese are the ideal dessert for any occasion. It is a creamy and smooth treat that everyone will love. Not to mention that it is a no-bake recipe, and you can quickly whip them up. That is why this delectable Oreo cake pop is the best last-minute dessert you can make for your friends and family, especially for kids. If you are always on a tight schedule, you can still make them ahead of time. In addition to that, chocolate is essential when making Oreo cake pops without cream cheese. What is the most effective way to crush Oreos? The most effective way is to use a food processor or blender since it is faster and great at producing fine crumbs. However, if a food processor or blender is unavailable, I suggest crushing it using a rolling pin or saucepan until they look similar to fine crumbs. Also, you can save plenty of dishes if you use a Ziploc bag. How long can Oreo cake pop last? Before anything else, you must always keep it in a Ziploc bag or airtight container when storing it in the fridge or freezer. It can last for about 3 to 6 weeks if stored correctly in the refrigerator. On the other hand, it can last for approximately 3 months in the freezer. However, it is not appropriate to keep it at room temperature since the chocolate will melt. With that, you can serve them right away if stored in the fridge. But if it came from the freezer, you should always thaw it overnight in the refrigerator or at room temperature for several minutes before reserving them. What you will need: ingredients: a pan of freshly baked or leftover vanilla cake, a cup of ganache, 5 pieces of Oreo cookies, half cup finely crushed Oreo cookies, 2 cups of melted chocolate, cookies and cream sprinkles. Step-by-step instructions. Step 1. Place in a bowl of an electric mixer fitted with a paddle attachment. Then, turn the mixer on low to crumble the vanilla cake. Afterward, add the cup of ganache to the crumble and beat on medium speed until combined. Step 2. Later, add the 5 pieces of Oreos and the finely crushed Oreo cookies. Afterward, beat on low speed until well incorporated. Step 3. Then, roll the cake mixtures into uniformed balls and place them on the prepared baking sheet lined with parchment paper. After that, place the baking sheet in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Step 4. Afterward, melt the dark chocolate and remove the baking sheet from the fridge. Then, insert a lollipop stick halfway through to the cake ball about ½ inch into the center, or the cake ball. With that, plunge the cake ball into the ganache until it is completely covered. As a result, the ganache should cover the cake ball's base where it meets the lollipop stick. In addition to that, allow the excess ganache to drip off the coat. Then, decorate the top with sprinkles and stick it upright to a styrofoam block or box. After that, repeat the steps with the remaining balls. Because of this, the ganache coating will set after an hour. Tips and tricks. If you were to use a freshly baked cake, make sure to have it fully cooled. In addition to that, you can use frosting instead of ganache when mixing the crumbs. Make sure not to put too much frosting because it produces super moist and greasy cake pops. The Oreo cake pops must be cold and solid before dipping. You can store the undipped cake balls in the refrigerator for up to 6 weeks, depending on how well you have kept them. Moreover, the cake pops can last for up to a week at room temperature. Additionally, the main reason why Oreo cake pops break apart in the warm chocolate is that they are not sufficiently cold since you did not chill them for ample time. Likewise, it might be because it is humid and hot in your kitchen. If this ever happens, put them back in the freezer till it firms. If you liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.